Skinner and Demoulas in Richfield Springs and Turnbull Insurance Service since 1866 present Mohawk Valley Living, exploring the arts, culture, and heritage of our region. A special good morning and welcome to Gabrielle in New Hartford, our new neighbor and viewer.
Good morning and welcome to Mohawk Valley Living. It has been quite a few years since our last visit to Remsen. Quite a few things have popped up in the meantime, so come along with us as we travel again through Welsh country.
And a pretty little girl to stay at home and feed him while I'm gone. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, my dear. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to leave you here.
Today at 2 o'clock, the Clinton Historical Society presents the history of the Shenango Canal. Wade Lawlier will discuss the 97-mile-long canal from Utica to Binghamton. That's today at 2 o'clock at the Clinton Historical Society on Fountain Street in Clinton. It's time for the Skinner and Demoulas road trip. We stop into Skinner and Demoulas in Richfield Springs, where Dan has a brand new Dodge Dart waiting to go. This week, we travel 20 miles north of Utica on Route 12 to Remsen. A familiar red dragon reminds us we're in Welsh country and of the upcoming Barn Festival. We hop over to Old Route 12 and are welcomed by a pretty painted sign and the Cincinnati Creek spilling over the dam. A footbridge takes you over the creek that once powered a series of mills. The creek was important to early Welsh settlers who traveled north of Utica in search of their own land to build their homes. Encouraging letters sent home to family and friends in Wales attracted even more Welsh immigrants to the area. The early history of the area's Welsh settlers is preserved at the Remsen Steuben Historical Society, which houses one of the largest Welsh libraries in America.
Well, Baron Steuben was given 16,000 acres at the close of the Revolutionary War. So he wanted to get settlers, and he sent agents to encourage Welsh settlers to come to the area. Well, you know, Remsen was really quite a bustling community after a while, and the people that would receive these letters thought that this was probably a great big metropolis, and when they arrived in New York City, the myth goes, I guess, that they said, well, if this is New York City, what can Remsen be? So Remsen was quite a bit smaller.
The historic stone church, or Capel Carrig, is one of 4 Welsh chapels left in the area.
So the building was built in 1831 as a Welsh Calvinistic Methodist church. And in 1989, the Remsen Steuben Historical Society purchased the building, and it became the home of the Remsen Steuben Historical Society. So we house our collection here, and we have functions here, such as we do rent it for weddings, and of course St. David's Day, we do have a service here occasionally. And during Barn Festival, we have a Gaman Vagani, which is a Welsh hymn sing, and that's on Sunday afternoon of the Barn Festival.
The Methodists had a method for getting people here on time for church, because the doors where you came through were right here, and as you walked in was the pulpit. So when you came in, the congregation was out here, and everybody saw you walking in late if you were late. So the Welsh tended to always be very much on time.
Be sure to join in the annual Welsh hymn sing, the Gaman Fagani, on Sunday, September 23rd at 2:30, here at the Stone Meeting House on Prospect Street during the Remsen Barn Festival.
Moving along these dusty rural back roads triggers a flood of memories, and the trees all whisper hello. My old friend, it's good to have you home. Oh, why did you go?
In the 1800s, Remsen was connected to the rest of the world by the railroad. In 1997, the Remsen community overwhelmingly supported rebuilding the old train depot. It's the first step in a long-range development project to recreate a 20th century Welsh village.
We've added a great number of projects and activities here at the station. We have been to Wales. There were 5 of us that went to Wales just about 3 years ago. And we met with the Welsh government on a number of occasions, and about 150 Welsh crafters with the thought of seeing if they would be interested in coming over and joining us in this Welsh village that we have talked about building here at the site. Overwhelming support from both the government and the crafters. We think the first step towards that will be a genealogy center here in conjunction with the Historical Society. At the Stone Meeting House, we'll be building a climate-controlled genealogy center. We also have restored an old antique 1915 New York Central caboose, and we have that outside for children to explore.
Be sure to visit the Remsen Depot during the Remsen Barn Festival September 22nd and 23rd. It is also the opening weekend of the 11th annual Remsen Depot Corn Maze. Try your luck unraveling this year's challenging design, a Celtic knot.
Well, good times may come and good times go, but one thing stays the same. It's the feeling I get when I look around. It lets me know I'm home. I'm making this valley my home.
We'll be back with more from Remsen after the break.
Oh, it's not what you take or give, and it's here I want to live. Yes, I'm making this valley my home.
Here's what's hot on the lot at Skinner and Demoulas. Check out this Chrysler certified '08 Dodge Nitro 4x4 with leather moonroof and navigation system, now only $19,995. Check out what's hot on the lot at Skinner and Demoulas in Richfield Springs. You go the extra mile for your small business and should expect the same from your insurance company. For over 140 years, Turnbull Insurance Service has been committed to local small business. For your commercial coverage, turn to the company ready to go that extra mile. Turn to Turnbull. Bring the family and celebrate fall during the Harvest Festival at the Farmers Museum. Experience the magic of Robert Olson, 19th century magician. Get a traditional silhouette portrait, enjoy free rides on the carousel, and sample seasonal foods at the Harvest Festival September 15th and 16th at the Farmers Museum in Cooperstown. Buy the bushel and save at North Star Orchards. Take advantage of summer's bounty and stock up now for freezing and canning. Pick a peck of peppers. Choose from 8 varieties. Enjoy sweet nectarines and peaches from New York and Pennsylvania. Buy the bushel and save at North Star Orchards in Westmoreland. Tom's Natural Foods is your connection to local farms for natural and organic fruits and vegetables, meats, eggs, cheeses, and other milk products. At Tom's Natural Foods in Clinton, naturally. Dave Morgan Productions presents An Afternoon Lost in the Ozone Again with the Commander Cody Band and special guests to benefit the Stephen Swan Humane Society Sunday, September 23rd. Admission is $20 plus a bag of pet food. Doors open at 2, music at 3 at the VFW on Mohawk Street in Herkimer, Sunday, September 23rd.
Rod, Lincoln.
Come sample the foods and desserts at Yorkville Organics. Discover how delicious organic, gluten-free, and live food can be. Try organic harvest soup, live vegetarian lasagna, healthy sprouted cilantro hummus, or desserts that are actually good for you. Visit Yorkville Organics at 150 Whitesboro Street in Yorkville. Special thanks to Turnbull Insurance Service and Mark and Jim Turnbull. Their continued support makes the show possible.
Looking back on my old used to be, moving along these dusty rural back roads, triggers a flood of memories, and the trees all whisper hello. My old friend, it's good to have you home. Oh, why did you go?
There's something new at the former Baptist Church on Main Street in Remsen. The new Remsen Performing and Visual Arts Center preserves the church's historic value while serving the community as a place to gather to celebrate the arts.
This church was built in 1892. In 1893, it was dedicated February 14th, 1893. Today, it's the home of the Remsen Performing and Visual Arts Center. There's much need for a community center and a place where we can have concerts and art shows and meetings. People are welcome to meet here.
There's a full schedule of events this fall at the new Remsen Performing and Visual Arts Center, starting this Friday at 7 p.m. with the Remsen City String Band Jam. And be sure to visit during the Remsen Barn Festival for the quilt show on Saturday and Sunday.
Make it a point to come here during one of the upcoming events in the fall, and be sure to come into this building and look at the ceiling. It's Georgia pine, but it came from Utica, New York, and the windows are absolutely incredible. They're manufactured by C.P. Davis Sons of Utica, and they are very, very colorful, unusual, and worth making the trip here to see them.
Peaches in the summertime and apples in the fall. If I can have the one I love, I'll have no one at all. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away.
On Route 12 in Remsen is Tam's Diner, where Adirondack tourists and locals come together for good old-fashioned diner food. We meet the owner's mother, Angela, the A in Tam's. Both her daughters, Tammy and Marlene, have been in the restaurant business for decades.
We are at Tam's Diner, where you can have breakfast any time of the day, 7 days a week. Come here on a Wednesday and they have my favorite, which is turkey. And the turkey is real turkey. That's always a stupid thing to say. Real turkey is what? Fake turkey? The turkey is cooked right here on premises. Whatever you have, be sure that you have bread with it, because it's home-baked bread from Remsen. And come here on a Thursday, and it's all the spaghetti you can eat for only $3.99.
I came rolling down the hill, down into the Mohawk Valley. Train pulled into Union Station. One passenger was I who chose to stay. I heard drums along the river and banjos ringing in the heights. Singer-songwriter.
We enjoyed the homemade bread at Tam's Diner. Then we came to the Remsen Country Bakery because it's baked right here, along with an incredible array of baked goods, including these homemade donuts. Trust me, if you're a donut fan, buy a dozen, 3, 4, 20 dozen, because they're fantastic. Thank you. This is my second one in the past 5 minutes.
There was music in the valley. There was music in the air. There was music all around.
We cross over Route 12 to Llewellyn Road and discover there's not just Welsh in these hills. We visit the German-named Franconia Farm. Carl Stahl hails from Germany and his wife Kathleen from Ireland. Recently, one of their writing students returned to the farm after graduating with an animal science degree from SUNY Cobleskill. She plans to help Carl teach horsemanship.
Well, for me, since I couldn't remember, everything was horses for me. I just wanted to ride horses. I wanted to wear horse attire. I wanted to read all about horses, watch the movies. I can't remember a time when horses just weren't in my life. My parents aren't horse people, but I just begged and begged and begged to ride. And when I was 5, they finally allowed me to. And from then, I just have not stopped, and it's my passion. And that's why I want to make it my career, because I wake up every morning wanting to ride. That's the only thing I want to do. So if I can make that into my career, I would be so happy. Well, it's something great for people to get into, because it teaches them such discipline and responsibility, and that's what some kids are lacking these days. Is they have the video games and their cars and all of this, and they like to go to the movies, but to be able to ride a horse, you need to have a friendship, and more importantly, a partnership. And you can't just tell them what to do. You have to ask them, and they have to offer it. So it's all about learning to communicate properly, and to know that if you're not going to go out and ride your horse that day, he's not going to get ridden, and that's your fault, no one else's. So I think it's just great. It's great for they are your best friend. So it's something that I look forward to every day, and I think students, young children, would absolutely love it.
Franconia Farm Tack and Gift Shop sells English and Western apparel, saddles, helmets, boots, and gloves. They also offer arena rental and boarding. You can take dressage classes with Carl or hunter equestrian with Aaron. Visit MohawkValleyLiving.com for information.
Trip to see what we can see, traveling round the Mohawk Valley.
In 1866, James B. Turnbull walked to farms and villages to visit his customers, earning their trust. Today, the fourth generation of Turnbulls continue that dedication, tailoring a life insurance plan to suit your unique needs and priorities. Turn to the company that is out there to earn your trust. Turn to Turnbull. View presents Stems and Steins, an Adirondack wine, beer, and food festival, September 22nd and 23rd. Tickets are $5 to the festival, or gather at Sisters Bistro Saturday night for wine pairings and live jazz. Visit viewarts.org for information. It's the 4th Annual Harvest Festival in Sharon Springs, Saturday and Sunday, September 15th and 16th. The whole village is taken over by farmers and craftspeople. The restaurants and shopkeepers feature local produce and products during the 4th Annual Harvest Festival in Sharon Springs.
Hi, Dr. Tom. Bringing your cat to the Paris Hill Cat Hospitals on Sundays is a part of Mohawk Valley Living. Come inside and see why.
Paris Hill Cat Hospital, this is Lindsay. How can I help you? Your cat is losing weight and you need an appointment, and you're only available on the weekend. Sure, I have an appointment Sunday with Dr. Karen. Does that fit into your schedule? Okay, we'll see you then. Thank you.
We're open 7 days a week because we know that your cat can become ill anytime. The Paris Hill Cat Hospital, quality care for your cats and kittens.
For the most unique shopping experience, visit the Little Falls Antique Center and the shops at 25 West. Over 40 local vendors, all under one roof. Antique lovers can spend hours perusing thousands of ever-changing antiques and collectibles. Upstairs at the shops, you'll find something for everyone. Handmade crafts, jewelry and clothing, fine art, food and kitchen gadgets, books, and home furnishings. Shop local at the Little Falls Antique Center and the shops at 25 West. Always worth the drive. At Canal Place in Little Falls. Come sample the foods and desserts at Yorkville Organics. Discover how delicious organic, gluten-free, and live food can be. Try organic harvest soup, live vegetarian lasagna, healthy sprouted cilantro hummus, or desserts that are actually good for you. Visit Yorkville Organics at 150 Whitesboro Street in Yorkville. Meelan's Meat Market is your meat headquarters, featuring low-salt, low-fat smoked ham and store-made kielbasa. Every hot dog, beef patty, and sausage is made by Bob Meelan himself. You'll find everything from store-made meats to fresh salads and tabbouleh at Meelan's Meat Market in Clark Mills. We are given a private tour of the historic Hutchinson House by owner Hazel Black. It was built in 1809 by Welsh carpenter Ellis Pritchard. The exterior and much of the interior remains as it was 200 years ago, with original ceilings and horizontal wainscoting.
This was the original post office here in Remsen, and inside you can see the original woodwork and tin ceilings. The house is now owned by Mr. and Mrs. Black, so that when you drive by, notice that they have their airmail mailbox way up in the air, some 15 feet. And the mailbox at the bottom is for blackmail.
Laying back in the summer sun, sipping an ice cold glass of lemonade.
We head north on Lake Julia Road into the beautiful and fascinating countryside of Remsen. The fields are dotted with boulders that seem dropped from the sky. Here, deep in the forest, we find the historic Hall District No. 12 School.
At one time, there were 21 one-room schoolhouses in the Remsen School District. This one is the only one that has been preserved as a one-room schoolhouse. Fortunately, there were 2 school teachers from the New York City area who bought a camp up here in the area. They saw this and they wanted to preserve it for posterity. The teachers left the building to 2 Remsonians, Mr. and Mrs. Pugh, who fortunately for all of us are maintaining this fantastic structure. When I came in here today, there were all kinds of things that caught my eye, but one in particular, and it's this pen, because I believe I'm beginning to date myself when I realize that it was one of these, well, one like this one here that I used. I had a little trouble finding the inkwell. When I was in school, it was right there on the top of the desk. Here, though, it's hidden on the side.
I'm not ready, I can't say.
head back south along Lake Julia Road to the Lake Julia Preserve. The property is protected by the Nature Conservancy and is used by Utica College faculty and students for ecological teaching and research.
If you're looking to get away from it all, then take a ride just outside of Remsen to the Lake Julia Preserve. It's a conservancy, and you go back in there, and that is really stepping into nature.
The Lake Julia Preserve has a 2-mile-long loop trail that takes you through a hardwood forest, along streams, a spruce fir swamp, a sphagnum bog, and man-made lakes. It is open to the public year-round from dawn to dusk for hiking, birdwatching, nature study, and cross-country skiing.
Suddenly, there you are, your past looking back at you.
The Welsh Calvinistic Church has been here since 1848. When I came here, I noticed that there were the 2 doors in front. I was told that one door was for men, one for women. Naturally, I thought that was a segregationist thing, but that's not the case. Remember, the Welsh are very well known for their singing abilities. The men and the women sat in different parts of the church inside for harmony purposes.
The area greatly resembles Wales, and in the late 1700s, Remsen had a preeminent role in Welsh immigration to the United States.
When we were here a few years ago, we saw this old blacksmith shop, and it was in pretty rough shape. Fortunately for us, a lover of local history, Kelly Weaver, purchased this building and has been renovating it. She is from this very community, so we were wondering what you call people from Remsen. We thought that perhaps it was a Remsenite, but I've been told by Ryan over here that the proper pronunciation is a Remsonian.
Here's what's hot on the lot at Skinner and Demoulas. Check out this Chrysler certified 08 Dodge Nitro 4x4 with leather moonroof and navigation system, now only $19,995. Check out what's hot on the lot at Skinner and Demoulas in Richfield Springs. Pool have a leak? Need a repair? Call Trenton Corporation Pool Repair for prompt professional service 7 days a week. Above ground and in ground leak locating, plumbing, and fittings testing. Call 793-7400 and they'll hop to it. Oscar's Picture Framing offers hand-finished molding and restoration of antique frames, preserving artwork, pictures, needlework, and memorabilia. Oscar's Picture Framing, Kellogg Road, New Hartford. It's the 4th annual Harvest Festival in Sharon Springs, Saturday and Sunday, September 15th and 16th. The whole village is taken over by farmers and craftspeople. The restaurants and shopkeepers feature local produce and products during the 4th annual Harvest Festival in Sharon Springs. Call Yannick Excavating for all your residential and commercial projects, from new construction and land clearing to septic systems, driveways, basements, ponds, and topsoil. Visit yannickexcavating.com. The Village Crossing is having a 30% off summer fashion clearance sale going on now to make way for transitional fashions. Hurry into the Village Crossing on West Park Row in Clinton. Shop Shelter for handmade Adirondack furniture designed by craftsman Jim Kiefer. He works with you to create custom pieces to your specifications, from dining room and coffee tables to bookcases, beds, and bunks. Call or visit Shelter on Main Street in Old Forge. The Longaretta Law Firm, protecting your rights and advising you in matters of legal importance. Call for your free consultation, 735-6162. Expecting company? Just call Deansboro Superette. They prepare delicious Middle Eastern platters for any number of guests. Call 841-4377. Taste the homemade difference at Maria's Pasta Shop. Homemade lasagna, manigot, stuffed shells, ravioli, and more. Gelato is back for the season. Stop in and sample this Italian treat at Maria's Pasta Shop. If you're in a collision, you need Precision. Call your insurance company first and then choose Precision Unlimited, providing expert auto body collision repair since 1987 on Route 5 in Clinton. In Oneida County, and especially in Remsen, April 5th is Erin Hamlin Day. Erin is a 2004 graduate of Remsen Central School and the 2009 gold medal world champion in luge. Her mother, the school's nurse, takes us to the Wall of Fame, where a set of plaques honor Remsen's hometown hero.
Well, I talk to you, but you don't listen. I reach out to you, but you don't care. I don't know how to handle this situation.
Throughout the Mohawk Valley, there are small businesses that keep America moving. Here in Remsen, MPM Incorporated manufactures high-frequency electromagnetic wave packages and chassis assemblies for the military, aerospace, and medical fields.
I'm holding a motor housing that is manufactured right here at MPM. What's the significance of it? Inside of this housing will go a probe which treats cancer, and it is used worldwide, and it's made right here in Remsen.
MPM stands for Metal Parts Manufacturing. That name actually came from the old General Electric that used to be on French Road. That was the name of the machine shop at French Road, and where I used to work in the planning office, and my partner Paul used to work there too. Most of the work we do is prototyping for defense contractors. Some limited small production runs we do as well. We also do work for companies like Remington Arms and Tech Utica are also customers. A couple other customers are DRS, which is another defense contractor. Ascendant Engineering does design work for different companies, and in that process they also need prototypes made, which we do a lot for.
So how's the old saying go? All work and no play?
My partner Paul started that project. It's a half-scale radio-controlled car, and it's just getting started. We've had a lot of interest. It's kind of an expensive hobby for people, but we're working on trying to make it happen. We got some machines, and it's something we can control ourselves, and the marketing is a little bit tough to do and still be here running the machine shop, but it's a fun project, and hopefully it'll take off one day.
There may be only 5 employees here, but it's companies like this that are the backbone of America.
Traveling round the Mohawk Valley.
We enjoyed coming to Remsen again this week, and whether you've ever been here before or not, be sure to mark your calendar for September 22nd and the 23rd for the annual Barn Festival. It's the 33rd annual Barn Festival. All of the places that we toured today will be open, so be sure to come whether you are Welsh or not, and be sure to tune in next week. And between now and then, enjoy Mohawk Valley living.
He steers a T-bird like you never seen. Picks up the young ones at the Dairy Queen, saying hop on in now. 'Cause honey,